What if I break it?
Nobody saw that. Hi YouTube, it's me again. Welcome to Decoherence, the limited Caleb myth. Okay, full disclosure, I've had this for like a year now, and I still haven't read it. I feel like I need to make a YouTube series called Late to the Party, where I just read like all of the cards that I have but still haven't read yet. Cause like, I still haven't read this. I still haven't read Master of Fate. I still haven't read the Lumiere myth. I still haven't read Silas's spring card. I'm telling you, there's so many cards that I still have to read that I haven't read yet. And so I feel like whenever I just need to upload a video to YouTube, it's probably going to be one of those cards. And so I hope that you will stick around and enjoy this journey with me, whether you didn't get a chance to pull these cards the first time and you want to see somebody's full reaction to it, or if you did get the chance to pull that card and you want to see somebody experiencing it for the first time in the big 26. I pulled this myth primarily, even though I'm not a Caleb girly, I primarily pulled this myth because I really like, again, doing combat, and so any opportunity I can get a good unit for my trials, I will. I will say I got extremely lucky with my pulls the first time around. I got both cards in about 33 pulls, I want to say. And then this time around, I got lucky enough to R1 him. So he's been helping me out a lot. I finally graduated from Gravity 100, and we're just pushing forward. But today is not a combat video day. Today is a storytelling day. So get comfortable, at least where I am. It's snowing, it's cold out. So grab your blankets, grab a snack and a drink, get comfortable, and enjoy this myth. All right, let's get into it. Oh, okay. So, the summary for this myth is: summer has finally become an inseparable part of my life. I'm so curious to know how they're going to play into everything that Caleb's character is in this myth. I have some ideas around, like, you know, coming from the same source and everything related to the lab, but I think this will go more in depth in a way that I haven't gotten to see yet. And as somebody who doesn't get to pull a lot of Caleb cards, I'm very intrigued by what this story will have to offer us. So let's start reading. So let's start with chapter 1. Immortality once brought lasting prosperity to Philos, and yet even it couldn't prevent the stagnation born from unchecked desires. When time ceased to be a limitation, the Philos civilization was unable to escape its inevitable decay. I love that they incorporate the idea of Philos across like at least 3, if not 4, if not all 5 love interests, because it's definitely mentioned, I think, in the Abysswalker myth, it's definitely in the Xavier myth, it's definitely in the Silas myths, and now it's here. I don't know if it's in any of the Zane myths. That's something that I still have to find out on my own. But if you know, let me know in the comments. With the exception of the capital and its surrounding regions, which still clung to their luxurious lifestyles, most of the land had fallen into ruin. Remnants of advanced technology lay scattered across the planet, but a majority no longer worked. Or they were simply forgotten. Okay, I need to take a minute to turn on Do Not Disturb across all of my things. Do Not Disturb till this evening. Beautiful. Okay. And okay. Philosians longed for their former glory, but they had to accept the bitter reality of societal and technological decline. I don't know if anybody else is getting this vibe, but for some reason, I'm thinking a lot of Nier Automata, which is another game that I still need to play. I own it, and I've heard rave reviews about it, and it's been recommended to me to play it. I just need to sit down and do it, you know? But that's what I'm getting from this already. The ruling elite in the Central District maintain their authority via strict surveillance. But beyond that illusion of grandeur lay something far worse. The more you traveled across the planet, the more you saw an empire in decline and the signs of an unavoidable demise. Strife raged tirelessly across the land, and the regime could only cling to life by relying on devastating weapons. Is it me? Am I the weapon? Among the rebel leaders, a piece of intel circulated between them. The secret weapon that had crushed countless uprisings was a modified combat android designated as A01. It is me. I am the weapon. I was joking. From The Fall of Philosian Civilization. Preface. Oh, this was all text. This is actually from a tome. That's so cool because they did something similar in the God of the Tides myth as well. I think also in the Silas Dragon myth too, Beyond Cloudfall, they had that prefacing text that just set the stage for the entire story.
We have lost control of X-02, requesting emergency response protocols to be activated immediately.
Oh? Oh?
There you are.
I wonder if that was a parallel to how Caleb in the main storyline, like, he excels at everything but, like, struggled with his psychoanalysis. Like, the psych evals were, like, the one test that he constantly failed, and that was in one of his anecdotes, I believe. So I wonder if him losing control of himself is a reference to that. Or the other way around.
Can you hear me? I'll wake you up. We're going to get out of here.
This is definitely a reference to main storyline, them being experimented on in the lab by Ever. Real-time data of my vital signs flicker across the transparent glass of the experimental pod. A boy who's approximately my age and wearing a powered exoskeleton just like me touches my cheek against the barrier.
We finally meet, A01. I'm X02. There's been a security breach, and the laboratory's control system was hacked. We can only run away while they're trying to fix it.
The stranger opens the experimental pod and extends his hand toward me.
Let's run away, A01.
I am A01, a secret weapon created by the government. No, because that is exactly what happened in the main story too. Damn. Do you know how wild it is that only the government wants me? Anyway. My body was modified and encased in a powered exoskeleton. My consciousness can be controlled as needed. People fear me, avoid me, and alter my configuration. So why would someone reach out to me? Without thinking, I take his hand, pull out the tubes connected to my body, and step out of the experimental pod. The boy leads me through labyrinthine corridors, and we dodge patrol robots at every turn. We break through several disabled barriers. I leave the lab fully conscious for the first time. Othan Laboratory is entirely underground. Oh, just like, was it Gaia Research Labs? Do you remember in, I think it was Death and Rebirth, when we go into those facilities and we see all of the doors that are designated that are meant to be correlated to each of the love interest? I'm pretty sure that was underground too. That was under that arena in the N109 zone, if I'm remembering correctly. I could be wrong though. Again, please correct me in the comments. It's been like a year since I read Death and Rebirth. The boy leads me through a hidden passageway and remains silent. Maybe it's to avoid being detected. Only the sound of our footsteps fills the dark, empty tunnel. At the end of the passageway lies a vast expanse of wild grass. The sky floats between night and day. In the gloomy darkness, a wasteland stretches endlessly before us. There's no telling how long it will take to traverse.
I'm sorry. I didn't expect the tunnel to lead us here.
He's so little! Oh, he's so little! Protect him with everything. The temperature outside is significantly warmer than the labs. My body registers the heat.
Is it too hot for you? It's currently summer. The laboratory always felt the same, but it's different outside.
Now, how do you know all this? They let you outside? Am I the... okay, so, like, I get that A01 is the government weapon, but is it one of those things where, like, I'm a volatile prototype that needs to be under constant surveillance and tuning and everything, and then XO2 is not a prototype necessarily, but like a companion robot that's meant to be an improvement upon itself? I don't know if that makes sense, but that's the vibe that I get.
The sweltering heat, the sweat, and the thriving trees. This is the summer I know.
The other thing that is fascinating to me is that I feel like the common points of discussion regarding Caleb and MC is that there are these constant parallels to Adam and Eve and the Garden of Eden, and I think it's particularly fascinating that MC, who would be in the role of Eve, is A01, and Caleb, who would be Adam, is in the role of X02, because if X02 comes after A01, it kind of turns the Adam and Eve thing on its head, where Eve was created from Adam, or rather Eve and Adam were created from the same source, depending on the religion or school of thought that you follow, because, you know, different religions believe different things. But I think either way, it still creates this idea of the two of them coming from the same source, if that makes sense. They know each other from Adam. God, anyway. The long grass grazes my calves as the warm night breeze sweeps across the field. The vivid sensation is foreign to me. We keep moving. Despite knowing we could be caught at any moment, I feel strangely at ease.
Everything outside the laboratory is new. I'll take you to any place you want to visit. I guess you've only ever been sent to battlefields.
Mm-hmm.
You must hate areas like that.
The fact that I haven't spoken a single word yet. Walking beside me, the boy seems lost in thought.
I've been sent to one of those battlefields too. It was a desert, and the war lasted a month. Some soldiers would search for fresh fruit during their breaks. There's this fruit that comes from a tree called silver glow, and it glows with a silvery white light. Even its seed shines. I
really thought he was gonna make a reference to apples. I guess not. But that, again, if we're thinking about the Adam and Eve thing, I don't know if this is true in the Bible, but at least in the Quran, it's never explicitly stated what the fruit from the tree is. It's just that we have assumed that it's an apple, but it's never explicitly stated what the fruit is. So I wonder if we're going in that vein of Adam and Eve, if they're playing off of that idea and just making up a fruit to be like, hey, we don't know if it's actually an apple. We don't know what the fruit is, so we're just gonna say it's this. You know? His fingers, encased in his powered exoskeleton, gently rest on my palm while he speaks. The cold black metal traces my palm and leaves behind a seed that emanates a soft, silvery white glow.
I kept one as a keepsake.
I pick up the tiny seed and observe its soft light flicker through its patterns. Taste? That's my first word. Well, at least my first word. My first word in this story is taste. I wonder if that's going to come into play later. I love a bookend situation. Surprised, he lowers his head to look at me.
Do you want to know how it tastes?
I nod, and the corners of his lips immediately curl into a smile.
If you want to try it, we'll find those silver glow fruits. Now you have a place you want to visit.
I get it. I pause and turn to look at him, but his holographic visor hides his expression. Why do you want me to have a place I want to visit?
Because then I'll have somewhere I want to go too.
Okay, so we're continuing the whole, like, where you go, I go. Or, like, wherever you go, I'm going to protect you no matter what. I don't understand.
It's because I'm your friend.
His voice is clear and certain.
My job is to take you to the places you want to visit.
I wonder what word they used in the other localizations, or even in the original text, in terms of, because they said, because I'm your friend. So now I'm kind of wondering, did they use friend in the other versions, or was there something else that they did? As if reflecting the brightness in his voice, a golden ray of sunlight ignites the pale-colored horizon. A tender, golden red glow spreads from the edge of the sky. It becomes more vibrant with each passing moment. This is like that moment in Undertale when they finally reach the surface and it's like, Sansa's like, that's the sun. Oh my god, wait, it actually is the sun. Sunlight pierces the morning mist and illuminates the dewdrops on the grass. A dawn unlike what I've seen before arrives. I can't help but stop and look up at the sky. Summer. Daybreak.
Is this the first time you've seen it?
I don't remember. They erase my memories once I return to the lab. Wow, it really is like them constantly experimenting on main timeline MC where they constantly, like, kill her and then erase her memories. Like, every time she revives, it erases her memories. God, the parallels are paralleling.
Once we're out of this wasteland, it'll be more difficult for them to find us. And the system can only erase memories it knows about. What we see now is ours alone. A secret between us.
Now, if that's a reference to the Turing chip, I'm just gonna... After thinking for a moment, I point at him. Calming, encouraging, bright. Caleb. Secret. He seems to immediately understand what I'm saying.
Is that a code? It sounds like a name.
X02. Caleb. He leans down and gently pats my head with his armored hand.
Can I use it as my name?
Caleb. His voice is lively and gentle.
Of course. I won't let you forget.
I love that there are multiple myths where MC is the one who gives the love interest their names.
From now on, we can experience this together every year. And Caleb will be someone you see every day.
He extends his pinky finger toward me. Perplexed, I look at him.
Hold out your finger, like this.
I hesitate for a moment. Then I raise my right hand and extend my pinky. Our armored pinky fingers hook together.
Now we've made a promise. We'll stay together every day and never be apart.
There's so many questions that I still have.
Activating
great.
capture protocols. Use any means necessary.
Our promise barely began before it was broken in the cruelest way possible. I can hardly recall how I was captured. My mind is a blur of laser fire and soldiers collapsing under my floating blades. The place where I had first tasted freedom turned into that familiar battlefield in an instant. The boy protects me from a lethal laser blast. He falls in front of me.
Get out of here. Run.
I stab my floating blades into the soldiers and ignore the wounds I continue to get. My vision blurs. Through the haze, I see his body dragged away by robots. Caleb. A dull thud resounds as a laser pierces my powered exoskeleton. I fall onto the blood-soaked grass, and the sky turns into a blinding blood red. How do I have blood if I'm an android robot person? That's what I want to know. How do you know that blood is red? That's what I want to know. Amid the sea of blood, a faint silver light flickers before my eyes. The silver glow fruit. I thought it was the fruit. I don't know when the glimmering seed fell, but it now rests beside my right hand. With the last of my strength, I struggle to wrap my fingers around it. This is the last image I remember before losing consciousness.
2 test subjects have been apprehended, commencing full examination followed by solitary confinement.
Aw, man. Just when you had it.
Comprehensive examination of the test subject.
Just when you had a moment of freedom, it gets snatched away from you again. Ain't that just the way? That loathsome, familiar voice invades my ears, but my mind remains foggy.
A01. Energy signature. Destructio. Preliminary assessment complete. Bodily impairment at 91%. Comprehensive modification and repairs required. Initiating the memory extraction protocol is recommended.
That's what they said before, where like the memories are erased every time MC is, or A01 is returned to the facility.
X02. Energy signature. Construo.
Oh, they're complements to each other. Creation and destruction.
Preliminary assessment complete. Bodily impairment at 78%. Prioritizing the extraction of its energy for A01's repairs is recommended.
Damn.
Activating memory extraction protocol for A01. Keywords are as follows. X02. Friend.
Hey, no, don't do that. Why would you? No. I don't think you should remove any memories of me considering Caleb to be my friend. Wait, if the keywords are X02 and friend, that means they didn't erase Caleb. So any thoughts of Caleb, not X02, but Caleb, should still be there. Am I right? My subconscious is plunged into chaos as a boy's face keeps appearing in my mind. The scent of wild grass in summer and how plants touched my skin, the silver fruit seed, the sunrise, our hooked pinkies, the promise we made. A daybreak unlike any other, one that will never fade from my memory. X02. Caleb. See? They erased X02, but they didn't erase Caleb.
Memory extraction complete. We will now proceed to modify
Or
and
extract,
repair
I guess.
A01.
I guess those are different. Unless they extract them in order to delete them? You never know what these scientists are up to. I used that one day to remember someone who didn't have a name. My memories are once again consumed by the lab and battlefields. My body undergoes more modifications. Stricter control mechanisms are imposed on my body and mind. I'm sent out to fight. I kill. I get wounded, black out, and wake up fully repaired. Then, I'm sent out to fight. I kill, get wounded, black out, and wake up fully repaired. I'm sent out to fight. I kill, get wounded, black out, and wake up fully repaired. Then, I'm sent out to fight. I kill. I never get another chance to escape from the lab. But deep within my consciousness, I repeat that one name over and over again. Caleb, see, I told you. They can erase X02 all they want, but they can't erase Caleb. They can only take away what they put within you, not anything that you created for yourself. That's such an interesting connection to, I think, just like parenting in general, where parents think that they know their kids because of the values that they think they instilled in their kids without the complete comprehension that their kids develop into whole people with their own thoughts, opinions, experiences, and so on. So just because you have done X, Y, Z to your kid because you thought that was the best for them, that doesn't mean they don't have their own memories and experiences that they keep from you that contribute to who they are as a person. and contributes to their life as they know it. Oh, that's so chef's kiss. All right, well, that was chapter 1 down. Wow. I really like that whole, like, remembering a boy without a name. There's just something very poetic about that. But also, it is such a deep connection to some of the other myths where MC does give the love interest their name. I'm particularly thinking of Silas and Zane. Those are the main two that I am thinking of. Okay, let's jump into chapter 2. Experiment ID AX42B. Date, Velos calendar year, whatever. Recorded by Othan 17798. Objectives, determine the nature and interrelation of A01 and X02's powers. Observe their behaviors and responses under various environments and stimuli, and assess the planetary impact of their powers. Oh god, the planetary impact of their powers? I mean, I guess I am a weapon of the government, and that will have environmental consequences, so... But I don't like the whole thing of me being experimented on just to see how I react to different stimuli. Yikes. All of this comes from Othan Research Bureau report number 8341. "10 years later, Othan Research Bureau. As usual, I'm confined to the experimental pod. My mind is hazy, but I can still see and hear. I just returned from the battlefield. Fragments of violent images still flash between my thoughts. I try to find my one solace amid my chaotic memories. Whenever I think of the name Caleb, I get a moment's respite in this endless loop. However, the memories tied to that name are shrouded in fog. Well, yeah, because they erased the keywords surrounding it, but not him. But did they erase it from him too? Because I don't think they did memory extraction for him because it wasn't a priority. So maybe he still remembers his name. Unless that was a priority, just not the top priority. Because he could forget too. The silence in the laboratory is shattered. Violent tremors bring the seemingly sturdy walls crashing down. The transparent wall of my chamber breaks. In the dust, countless fragments reflect a single figure. Hey, Caleb! A tall figure wearing a powered exoskeleton approaches. A mix of familiarity and strangeness grips me upon seeing that black armor. He reaches out and touches my cheek against the transparent barrier of the experimental pod.
Do you recognize me, A01?
Well, am I supposed to? Because
I'll wake you up.
I do. But A01 might not. I feel his fingers touch the crystal switch at my throat. He taps a few times on the holographic panel that appears. From my throat? It's as if a fog is lifted. My senses return to my body. Girl, it is a good thing that I do not have an eye tracker on while I play this game because I'm trying to read the text. I really am trying to read the text. But that, like, I don't know what material they used for the front of that exoskeleton. I don't know that it needed to be transparent. Maybe it didn't need to be transparent. That doesn't mean that my eyes don't naturally go to some places. I can't be the only one. I know I'm not the only one who's wandering. My lips tremble as I look at the man before me. I search through my memories, but only one name surfaces. Caleb? Caleb? Yeah, I told you.
That's me.
He remembers his own name. They didn't extract it.
They're looking for you, A01.
They didn't extract his memories. Thank God.
The lab's systems have been destroyed. We can use this chance to escape.
We? I don't know who you are. I only know your name.
I'm Caleb, your friend.
They erased that word so I don't remember. Oh, this is gonna suck. A friend?
All you need to know is that this isn't our first time escaping.
There's a strange familiarity in his voice, which stirs my fragmented memories. I remember escaping with Caleb before. He is taken aback. Then he extends his hand toward me.
I promise, this will be our last escape.
I better hope so.
The test subject has escaped, requesting interception immediately.
No, I didn't. Nuh-uh. Your Honor. Nuh-uh. The laboratory collapses under heavy bombardment, but the robots continue their relentless pursuit. We end up fighting our way out. Caleb leads me to a hidden underground warehouse where, to my surprise, an aircraft awaits. He skillfully pilots it and takes us into the clouds despite the intensifying gunfire. Oh! The aircraft slices through the sky, and the massive laboratory is already out of sight. Does this mean we've escaped?
Not yet.
Why not?
Warning. Multiple aircraft detected. Estimated hostile forces exceed 200 units.
Hello?
Immediate action required.
Why so many?
It looks like the government is more interested in capturing you than fighting the rebels.
They want me as a weapon.
They won't last long without you. But the rebels won't let you go either.
Are you scared?
This is our last escape. We either succeed or die. Being captured isn't an option.
Because we'll die? Outside the windshield are swarms of aircraft piercing the thick clouds. I stand and walk toward the cabin door. They'll try to shoot us down. Protect the aircraft.
You're the one I need to protect.
See, I told y'all. It's all about protecting MC with Caleb. Before I can react, he's already beside me.
This is our escape. I won't let you fight alone.
Caleb opens the cabin door. A dark, gloomy force spreads from his palm and suspends our aircraft in midair. Oh, so you can do gravity in this life too. Where did you get those powers from, old buddy, old pal? You're evil. Oh, you have evil. I have evil. That'll do it. That would explain it.
I'll help you.
I nod and leap out of the cabin. Held aloft by an invisible force, I summon my floating blades. The giant black swords swiftly strike the approaching aircraft one after another. Thick smoke engulfs our vision as enemy aircraft burn and explode. They're like a firework display celebrating our escape. Endless lasers weave a net of destruction, and it's impossible to avoid. Both Caleb and I are struck. I'm used to pain, and we have no other choice this time. The last enemy aircraft is sliced in half, and it plummets to the ground. I look down at the burning wreckage far below. An exhaustion I've never felt before hits me. The injury-induced dizziness returns. I fall backward, yet I don't plummet from the sky. Oh, is his eval keeping me up? A pair of hands catches me from behind. Okay, so maybe it's not gravity, baby. It's just somebody holding. Listen. Listen. I never claimed to be smart, but also sometimes my brain works fast in some directions, but not others, okay? It happens. A pair of hands catches me from behind, and my body relaxes. I can trust the person holding me.
Emergency protocol has been deactivated. Switching to autopilot mode.
Oh? My mind is still a blur. I groggily open my eyes to see him.
We're leaving the Central District. They shouldn't be able to catch up to us for now.
Resting on the floor of the cockpit, I watch as he kneels before me and examines my injuries.
Your mechanical body is severely damaged. I'll do my best to repair it.
Well, yeah, we can't go back to the one facility that would repair it, because we're trying not to be captured, and also they'll erase my memories, and we're trying to not have that happen, so... He gently lifts my hand and turns my palm upward. His other hand aligns perfectly with mine. Oh, it's giving that one scene from Tarzan. You know, the Tarzan and Jane scene when they meet and Tarzan, like, starts to realize that he and Jane are the same species because they do the hand thing. Oh! Sorry, I fear that Tarzan and Jane are my favorite Disney pairing. I'm just saying. Just saying.
I suspect this is your first time being repaired while conscious.
Oh god,
that's right. You might feel some
right.
strange sensations, but that's normal.
Do they do this to you while you're conscious? Oh god. Oh god. That's painful to think about. Our connected mechanical parts seamlessly shift and form a transfer port that locks our palms together. I'm not sure if I imagined it or not, but I feel a cold energy tinged with pain flow into me. I try to pull back my hand, but Caleb gently squeezes it. Our fingers intertwine.
Just a few more seconds.
A sharper pain crashes into me, and I feel as if every wound is set aflame. My body burns, and my mind teeters on the edge of chaos. It hurts. Caleb, it hurts so much. He stiffens for a moment. Then he carefully moves his other arm to pat my trembling back.
It'll be okay. I was always the one to repair you when you returned from battle.
Oh no! Now that's extra painful to think about, cause why? Why are you the one repairing me? Actually, I feel like that's meant to be some kind of punishment for him too. Maybe because... Well, especially after he helped MC escape. It's like, oh, you wanted her to escape so badly? Well, now you're going to be in charge of maybe extracting her memories, but definitely fixing her up every single time because you wanted this for her so badly. I instinctively hug him with my free arm. I rest my head on his shoulder as if this gesture could somehow ease the pain. Don't leave me.
I won't. I will never leave you again.
Oh, that's like Homecoming Wings when they hug in the interrogation room. Aw, man. That was a good scene. Honestly, that was a great introductory scene for this new Caleb, like post-explosion Caleb. The burning pain inside me gradually subsides. The energy floating through me changes from freezing cold to warm. It's like I'm returning to a place that feels like home. Man, because they've always been home for each other too, across every timeline. That makes me so curious about what they'll explore in his third myth. I'm very much looking forward to that. I slowly close my eyes and feel an unprecedented sense of peace in my heart. Deep down, I believe when I open my eyes again, I won't be alone anymore. Oh god, yeah, because this is MC going unconscious, and every time MC goes unconscious, she always wakes up with her memories erased and her body repaired, and this is a nice change for her. It also feels like a good exercise in storytelling. So I went to college for English literature with a concentration in writing. And something that always came to mind for me is that the story begins when something is off kilter, when the unusual happens. And so I feel like, yes, establishing the stage and setting the scene by making the unusual thing be Caleb and MC escaping, that does, start the story. But I feel like MC waking up and remembering everything also is a key component in her story really beginning, even though it's happening, a chapter and a half in. But that's just my thoughts on it. If you have your own thoughts, you're always welcome to share them in the comments. And if you're liking this video so far, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so that you get notifications for when new videos go up. Alright, let's get back into this. Caleb gently places the girl in the co-pilot's seat as a desolate landscape appears outside the porthole. Even though the aircraft has left the central district, he doesn't feel relieved. His energy is fading. He could repair her damaged body before, but now he can't even restore her to a stable state despite using all his strength. Their powers are bound to the same source, so as one grows stronger, the other becomes weaker. See, I was right about the whole complementing thing. Because one of them is in the destruction class and one of them is in the creation class. So they do balance each other out, but the bettering of one comes at the expense of the other. And I think across the story so far, anytime Caleb is making it a priority to better MC, even though it's at the expense of his own existence, honestly. Another thing that transcends timelines, I think. If we're thinking about, his role in the Far Space Fleet and the installation of the Turing chip, no matter how much he is actively combating that and actively preventing it from fully taking over his brain, the priority has always been taking care of MC, even though a lot of the time it comes at his own expense. Let me see. His decline can only mean one thing. The destructio energy is getting stronger, coinciding with the escalating strife that continues to engulf this planet. And when this energy grows unchecked, the first thing it destroys is the vessel containing it. See? I knew it! I knew it! It's always so fun, though, to read through these myths and try to find all the connections, not just across myths, but also between myths and the main story. Because you can see how they literally laid it out brick by brick, but we didn't really see it as we were reading the main story because we were so engrossed in the main story, right? So it takes another read or two of the main story and all of the myths to really understand all the connections that are in place and all the planning that the writing team has done to make sure that it stays cohesive. That takes a lot of work. All right, let's get into chapter 3. Experiment ID A01UW175. Philos calendar year. Recorded by Othon 17799. Objectives. Use visual and auditory stimuli to make A01 intermittently aware of X02's existence and observe her reactions, because that's not dangerous at all. Analyze A01's emotional state and energy fluctuations to address the fundamental attraction between the two. Evaluate the stability of A01's autonomous consciousness and behavioral patterns after becoming aware of X02. Oh, see, I can't tell if they're going to try and take advantage of that relationship or do everything in their power to keep them apart. It could go either way, and I think both have potential to be detrimental. I don't know how long I've slept. When I open my eyes, I find myself in a small rocky cave. A small campfire burns at the cave's entrance. A familiar figure is looking into the dancing flames. I slowly step outside to see a vast desert. Caleb hears me and quickly turns around. His holographic visor is gone. I can't help but stare at him.
What's wrong? Do you feel unwell?
I've never seen your eyes before. Oh my gosh, that's right. Oh, so your visor isn't just like irrevocably attached to your face. I thought that was the case.
Did they look weird?
When did I say that? I walk up to him, cup his face, and look into his eyes. I don't blink. Your eyes. They remind me of a scene.
What kind?
An image surfaces in my mind. A sky floats between night and day from many years ago. Oh, yeah, when she saw the sunrise for the first time. Wait, does she still have that memory? That's interesting. The summer sky, just before sunrise.
That's something we saw 10 years ago. How much do you remember?
I'm surprised that she remembers it all. I shake my head. Only bits and pieces. And your name. He falls silent. Then he pats the spot next to him.
Are you hungry? Let's eat something.
He gives me a fruit. Its red spines were burned off. It's not a nutrient nugget? His expression becomes one of utter disgust.
We're no longer in the lab, so we're never eating those things again.
Well, good.
These are red thorn grass fruits. They're rich in protein and nutrients.
Hell yeah, brother. I take the warm fruit and bite into it. Slightly charred and crispy. It's salty. He closely watches my reaction.
Do you like it?
It's not bad.
Here, try this.
He speaks in a more cheerful tone as he gives me a berry with blue and white stripes. Where are these Pokemon berries coming from?
It's a blue stripe berry. Perfect for quenching your thirst.
That's such an on-the-nose name for a food, but I have no leg to stand on because there's literally a Palestinian dish that's just called upside down. Not that I'm Palestinian, but my country is close enough to Palestine. I pop it into my mouth. Cool, sweet juice encases my tongue. For a long time, my taste buds only knew the artificial flavors of nutrient nuggets. But thanks to this single berry, the world beyond the lab has revealed itself to me. It's sweet. So this is what sweetness tastes like.
You like it, right? I'll remember that for later.
Oh, this is a reference to Caleb remembering all of MC's favorite foods so that he continues to cook them for her. Oh no, why would they do this to me? You seem to be knowledgeable about these fruits.
I was deployed in a desert once. The environment and vegetation were a lot like this.
Oh. A sense of familiarity washes over me. I reach into my pocket and pull out the silver fruit seed I've kept hidden. What about this? Do you recognize it? Surprise flashes across Caleb's face, and his eyes light up like they've caught the fire's glow.
You kept it this whole time.
Huh?
It's a seed from the silver glow fruit. The fruit itself looks like this.
Before I know it, a fruit emitting a soft, silvery white glow appears in his palm.
Do you want to know what it tastes like?
Where did you get that from? I nod and bite into the fruit. Sweet and sour flavors blend on my tongue. There's also a hint of bitterness. The taste is hard to describe in one word, but I don't hate it. I feel like she said that a lot. Like, there's almost a struggle to fully express that she likes something or that she wants something, and somehow it's easier to say I don't dislike it or I don't hate it as some form of acceptance. But I don't know, I feel like that's a common barrier. I definitely feel this, where I sometimes feel afraid to say that I like something or I want something for the fear of coming off as selfish or greedy, and so it becomes more convenient to say, like, oh, I don't dislike it or I don't hate it, you know? I wonder if maybe that's the intention here. Or maybe it's just that MC is slowly figuring out the language for what they want and how to articulate the things that they like.
At long last, I brought you to a place where silver glow fruit grows.
Seeing my confusion, he responds with a relieved smile. Did we make a promise before?
Yes.
Oh,
This was
yeah,
part of
the
it.
pinky promise. Do promises made many years ago still need to be kept?
They must.
His voice is gentle yet firm, and the moonlight watching over the wasteland casts a soft glow on his face. An emotion wells up inside me. I want to remember the promise we once made. After we finish the fresh fruit, Caleb puts out the fire and moves the spare sleep pod from the aircraft to the cave. The inflatable sleep pod quickly takes shape, and he starts to set up another one. I don't need it.
This sleep pod will help your body and mind rest properly.
It's too cramped. I don't like it. I sit down and lean back against the rock wall near the cave's entrance.
Are you going to sleep like that all night? If you
Yes.
don't like the sleep pod, use it as a mattress inside the cave at least. Then you can stretch out.
The cave isn't any better. Caleb looks at the dark, cramped cave and seemingly comes to a realization. I'm not sleeping on top of you. He moves closer to the entrance and sits down next to me. He positions himself as if he were my shield.
Right. You know, I also don't like being alone.
It's very windy near the entrance.
That's why this spot is mine.
I turn my head and our gazes meet.
In the lab, we were actually separated by one wall,
Oh, hate that.
and it was a mirror in my room.
Oh, I actually hate that. I actually hate that. It's like a one-way mirror so that he can see everything that's happening to MC, but MC has no idea that he's even there, let alone what's actually happening to him. That's messed up to the highest degree.
I didn't realize it was one way until it got destroyed.
Oh my god.
You were in the room next to mine and could always see me.
Oh, wait. I could see him, but I thought it was the other way around, where he could see me, but I couldn't see him. Wait, that's so fascinating. I wonder what the intention is there. I nod as I recall that transparent wall. It was like a stage built for an audience of one. Me. The sole actor on that stage was a prisoner, the boy in the other room. Confined to the experimental pod and unable to make a sound, I was forced to watch his loneliness and pain play out. It felt like an experiment.
Were you able to hear me?
Oh no. You know what I was just thinking? This is so interesting because I'm thinking of the main story where, like, after chapter 4, where there's that explosion, right? And then Caleb just completely disappears, and we have no idea what happened to him between the explosion and seeing him again as the colonel of the Far Space Fleet, we do eventually learn some of what happened in that time, partly through Homecoming Wings and partly through the World Underneath stories, which is why I highly recommend reading them. But this is so fascinating as like an antithesis to this, because in the main story, we had no idea what was happening to Caleb, how he was being experimented on, the implantation of the Turing chip in his brain, or anything, because he makes it such a point to hide all of that knowledge from us. Whereas in this story, we see everything that happened to him from the jump. And so I wonder if maybe in the main story, the reason that they do that is because, well, I don't know if he has full retention of his memories from past lives. He probably doesn't. But it would be so fascinating if it were just like a subconscious understanding of like, MC has seen me at my weakest and my most lonely and my most in pain before, and I never want her to have to see that again. So I'm just going to conceal everything related to somebody, you know, inflicting pain on me or punishing me or torturing me in that way so that she never has to see it again. Oh, that hurts. Oh, that hurts a lot. That hurts big time. Oh, God. So Caleb said, "Were you able to hear me? All kinds of plants can grow in the desert. There are blue stripe berries, red thorn grass, and the silver glow fruit you were curious about as a child. Would you like to go to an amusement park? I used the system to find the dreamiest one in all of Philos." Is that a reference to... Oh, I know what that's a reference to. Oh, no. "This amusement park floats in the sky. Even the clouds are pink and purple. I want to take you there. It's like a paradise. You'll like it." See, wait, is it the menu for the Far Space Kernel myth? I feel like it's definitely a reference to Wayward Wonderland, his wedding card. That I distinctly remember a Caleb-related story that has like the Ferris wheel and the clouds and all of that. I think it's this Far Space Fleet Kernel myth, but I could be wrong. I calmly repeat his past monologues. He's slightly stunned. "I heard everything you said in the lab, but only now do I realize you were talking to me." The wasteland's moonlight is reflected in his eyes, and his expression seems more animated.
Then you must have heard what I said every night.
"Good night, my one and only."
What about you?
What about me? I had no one to say those words to, so I never said them. He turns to look at me and his gaze becomes serious.
Have you given yourself a name?
I pause before looking at him. No one has ever called me by a name.
Well, now you have someone who will.
Parker. He lowers his gaze and carefully repeats the name several times so that he doesn't forget it. When he looks up again, his features soften.
From now on, we'll hear the words we want to hear. Good night.
Good night, Caleb. I like that puts them kind of on equal footing. But the thing that I really like about that is that Caleb did not give me my name. I named myself, and then he decided to go on with it. It was fully my choice and my agency, and he was like, "Sure, I'll call you that, and now you'll have somebody to call you by that name, and you don't have to be who the government assigned you to be anymore." Which I think can manifest as a couple of different metaphors and allegories. I have one in mind, but I'm curious to know what other people think too. I close my eyes and listen to his steady breathing nearby. I unconsciously rest my head against his shoulder. I slept well that night. No sudden awakenings, no dreams. Oh, that's the end of chapter 3? this myth is going much faster than the Silas myth. I know the third myths have been like extremely long compared to the first one or two of them. I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing or not, but I think the one thing that I do appreciate with the myths is that they're divided out by chapters. So even if you want to read the whole thing in one stretch, you can, but if you don't have the time to, you can read it a few chapters at a time, or even one chapter at a time without having to go like long stretches without pause. I really appreciate that about the storytelling in Love and Deepspace. That's been one of the things that I really like. Let's get into chapter 4. Experiment ID A01X02 HY04. Philo's calendar year. Recorded by Othon 17802. Objectives: create a simulation of the planetary threats that could arise from the energy fusion between A01 and X02. Again, that creation and destruction. Research and design preventive measures to stop the energy fusion between A01 and X02. I mean, I get it, like what the energy fusion is meant to be, or like what it's a representation of, but still. God, the gears just started turning in my head big time. I don't even know if that was recorded on camera, but I had that moment where I was like, it's meant to be kind of like a forbidden love type thing, which is quite literally the basis of the relationship between Caleb and MC, is that idea of forbidden love and coming from the same origins and growing up literally side by side and trying to understand kind of the parameters of their relationship and where are the holes where they're allowed to, you know, push those parameters or bend them a little bit more. I feel like that's always been kind of the overarching theme of their dynamic. Anyway, all of that comes from Othon Research Bureau report number 8806. Let's get into it, yo. Caleb doesn't remember most of the dreams he had in the laboratory except for one. It's a vivid dream that reoccurs frequently. Past an endless tunnel of space and time at the far ends of the universe, a blue planet orbits peacefully. Oh, is that Earth? The planet's inhabitants closely resemble the people of Philos, but everything there is full of life. It's in stark contrast to the declining Philos. The images in the dream are vivid. He seems to know how the people live there and how the scenery flows. More importantly, the planet's energy always feels familiar and nostalgic to Caleb. It carries the unique aura of rebirth. Perhaps it's not a dream, but a distant memory. We fly our aircraft to get as far away from the central district as possible. But the aircraft was hit with heavy bombardment. It's constantly malfunctioning. Eventually, we're forced to take a risk. We land on the outskirts of a ruined city to look for parts. As we enter the desolate streets, wary and curious eyes follow us.
Linkshire was once as lively as the Central District, and now it's rare to see a new face.
A black market merchant greets us in an unremarkable corner of an old district. Despite her friendly tone, her sharp, scrutinizing gaze reveals her caution. Especially since we're still clad in combat armor. Yeah, I think anybody would be wary of you if you walked around appearing like that.
Where are you two planning to go with these parts?
Before I can respond, a small hand tugs at my finger. Oh, a little kid.
Are you both robots?
Mm-hmm. I look down at the little boy and shake my head.
But you don't look like everyone else.
Yo, not them lying in his face like that.
She's my friend. Have you ever seen robots that have friends?
Yo, why is he being like this? Have you ever seen a robot with a friend? The little boy shakes his head. That's so unfair.
I've always been alone. Is having a friend any different from being alone?
It's different.
Caleb glances at me.
Having someone always be there for you, it feels different.
Oh.
But my grandma is always there for me too.
You brat. Sorry
Aw.
about that. This is my grandson, Kolo. He hasn't seen many outsiders, so he's curious.
You're from outside? Which outside?
All the way outside, little guy. I hesitate. I don't know the names of places on Philos aside from the Central District.
The edges of deep space.
Sure. Let's just tell him, straight up.
The edges of... What's that?
It's the origin of all Philosians. Our ancestral homeland, basically.
I probably look just as bewildered as the little boy right now.
There aren't many deserts between the cities there. People enjoy traveling to see all kinds of landscapes.
His expression is honest, as if he experienced it firsthand. Did he get this from the cognitive domain system?
Do they have these? My grandma worked really hard to get them for me.
What are they? The boy pulls out several white paper ornaments from under the table. They're neatly folded.
Paper is rare on Philos, but on that planet, it's an everyday necessity. Almost every child there learns to fold simple objects.
His understated tone makes my mind wander.
What else? Tell me more.
Caleb casts a side glance in my direction. Then he crouches down to be at eye level with the boy.
I'll tell you, in exchange for getting some unfolded paper. How does that sound?
Ooh, nice bargain. Gotta do what you gotta do, man. When we left Lingshire, we took the aircraft parts and the precious white paper I'm holding now. If they start making paper airplanes, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it. Don't do it. Back inside the aircraft, Caleb gets straight to work without even resting for a bit. Lying on his back under the control panel, he swaps out internal parts.
Regulator.
I hand it to him, but my gaze keeps drifting to the nearby paper.
Are you curious?
Have you visited the edges of deep space?
I'm not sure.
What do you mean you're not sure?
There, but these images keep appearing in my mind.
Pardon?
They feel like memories from a long time ago.
See, now, well, I wonder if that calls into question, like, is the third myth going to be those images, or are we going to get the reveal of these thoughts in this myth, and this is the first, not first myth, but like, first in the timeline, kind of the way that God of Tides is the first in the timeline, and how Beyond Cloudfall, the Sightless Dragon myth, is kind of the first in the timeline. I'm thinking, gears are turning. As he finishes the repairs and pushes himself up, I hold out my hand to him. He hesitates before letting his cold mechanical hand clasp mine. I pull him up. I don't have memories like that. He carefully studies my face.
Is that envy I see?
I don't know. But you look happy when you talk about that place. Is it even happier than the dreamiest amusement park on Philos?
I've never been to either place. But that amusement park isn't far from here.
Is it real? Watch us get there and it's like complete ruins. Caleb raises his hand and taps the air to bring up a holographic screen between us. With his finger, he draws a simple sketch on the screen.
There's a hover train that weaves through the amusement park. It'll pass by the Ferris wheel, the roller coaster.
It is a reference to the wedding banner! The big old train in Caleb's wedding card. That was a reference to this. Oh, jeez, these writing teams, they really know what they're doing. Oh god, and the merry-go-round.
You remembered that.
I love merry-go-rounds. I actually, I went on a Ferris wheel yesterday because there just, for whatever reason, happened to be one smack dab in the middle of downtown, and I was like, sure. 2026 is the year of doing things by myself and doing them scared. So I went on the Ferris wheel, and I didn't realize until I started getting toward the top that I was like, oh god, this is actually a lot scarier than I remembered it being. Because I've been on Ferris wheels before, but not since I was in, like, I don't know, high school or something. So getting on that Ferris wheel actually had me scared for a little bit. But I think it was a good experience. It was fun. I did it alone. I did it scared. I can just cross it off my list. You said, I remember everything you've said, including the amusement park's coordinates that you kept repeating. I write out the numbers I heard Caleb say many times on the holographic screen. X, 4352.74. Y, negative 982.56. Z, 1287.32. Their coordinates. My hand stopped exactly where his fingers rest on the other side.
Do you really want to go there?
Oh, those are the coordinates for the amusement park? You said it's a place that makes people happy. I don't know what happiness is. His expression falters for a moment. In that fleeting second, I can't discern the emotions in his eyes. Caleb places his hand on the holographic screen and makes it disappear. My hand touches his palm.
I'll take you to any place you want to visit.
Maybe it's just my imagination, but when our hands touch, in spite of the powered exoskeletons, I unexpectedly sense warmth. I look up at him. Because you're my friend? He seems slightly taken aback. Then a gentle smile appears on his face.
Yeah. It's because I'm your friend.
I didn't understand what having a friend meant before, but over time I found my own definition of that word. Maybe I'll understand what happiness is when we arrive at the amusement park. Caleb accesses the aircraft's controls, and we take to the skies once more. We're no longer running away. We now have a destination. Oh god, it's just like in the very first chapter when they were talking about, like, Caleb asking MC where she wanted to go and how it was a good thing because it meant that Caleb had somewhere to go too, so they finally have an objective together. Man, I love callbacks, not even just across stories, but within the story itself. You can tell that that's an indicator of really strong writing to me. Time for chapter 5. We're getting through this pretty quickly. Okay. Do we get another record? We do. Experiment ID A01, or is that IE? IE03. Philo's calendar year, whatever it is, recorded by Othon 17802. Objectives: reconstruct the energy transmission network within A01 to enhance the test subject's absorption and release capabilities. Reinforce A01's powered exoskeleton and insert environmental adaptation modules to improve the subject's adaptability and stability in various environments. I wonder, so I'm kind of wondering, are these things that have already been done to A01, or are they things that they were planning to do to A01 but didn't get to because she had already escaped? My guess is that it's the former, and we'll see that A01 is doing the things that she's able to do with Caleb, like go to the amusement park and go to all of these different places because of what experiments had been done on her. So they end up being more to her benefit than her detriment, but more so her personal benefit rather than the benefit of the experimenters, like the research bureau. You know what I mean? All of this comes from Othon Research Bureau report number 8675. Caleb often woke up in the middle of the night when he was still in the laboratory, and there would be a severe ache in his chest. At first, he thought he was sick, but he soon realized the pain had nothing to do with his physical health. It felt like someone deeply connected to him was suffering, and he felt her pain through an invisible bond. Caleb knew she endured the wounds, the mental erosion, and the torturous modifications. She had to bear this inhuman pain because of the destructio energy she was born with. He wished he bore all that pain in her stead. This thought became a thorn in his heart that grew only inward. It's happening again. That's like his entire goal is to take... Lord, take all of MC's pain and give it to me instead.
Entering landing mode. Please ensure your safety.
The aircraft has reached its destination, but the dreamy amusement park is nowhere to be seen. The remnants of a hover train lie scattered on the ground as if to prove this wasn't just our imagination. Oh, it was ruins after all. Oh, that makes me sad. The amusement park did exist at one point, but now only its rotting remains stand before us. Lost in thought, I stare at the wreckage.
This planet is big. There must be other amusement parks still present.
That won't be necessary. I turn around and calmly look at Caleb. It's okay not to know what happiness feels like. That sentence just dealt so much psychic damage to me. I don't think you understand. Whoa! I think I felt that on a personal level. In the sense of like, you know, when you're feeling really upset or depressed about something and it's like, oh, it's okay, I'm used to it. I'm experience the same psychological damage from that. And at the same time, I think that you can't really understand the rest of the scope of your emotions if you don't feel all emotions, you know what I mean? You don't really know what sadness and anger are if you don't know what happiness is, because they are such complements to each other. You can't really know one without the other. And I almost wonder if that also comes into play with MC and Caleb's relationship, where they can't really know themselves if they don't know each other, or if they can't know each other if they don't know themselves. You know what I mean? I wonder if it's like a microcosm of that. Oh, that would be so smart. I've matured just fine. I start walking toward the aircraft, but he grabs my wrist.
Let me show you a magic trick.
Hello? He releases my wrist and deftly folds, unfolds, and refolds the white paper he got from the boy. Now, if this next line is about him making a paper airplane, I'm gonna leave. I'm straight up walking out. Before long, he places a delicate white paper crane in my hand. Okay, so I knew it was paper folding in some way. If it had been an airplane, though, I would have lost my mind.
Let's see how far it can fly.
Although I'm confused, I play along. I think this is also a reference to the wedding banner. If not the full wedding banner, I think there were paper cranes in the kindled scene, right? I'm pretty sure there were paper cranes in the kindled scene. But also, the earrings that are part of MC's wedding outfit for the Caleb card are paper cranes. Oh my god. I'm dying, Scoob. The small paper crane glides from my fingertips. It flies into the distance and my gaze follows it across the desolate ruins. It circles back toward me, but just as I reach out to catch it, it levitates before my eyes. Did you use your e-ball? As soon as the words leave my mouth, I realize I'm floating. I look down and see Caleb walking through the air. He's heading in my direction.
The hover train is gone, but there's always another way to reach the sky.
Oh. During the previous battle with our pursuer's aircraft, I hadn't paid attention to the sensation of floating. But now that I'm suspended in the air, I feel like I lost my balance. He steadies me and the familiar pull of gravity returns.
For my next trick, I'll turn this place into an amusement park just for us.
The paper crane levitates and leads the way. Caleb holds my hand and guides me through the night sky. From above, the amusement park no longer looks like a bunch of ruins. The Ferris wheel, roller coaster, and merry-go-round, they stand like frozen relics of a bygone era. The wind and clouds are woven to form a vessel beneath us, and I turn to look at him. He's beside me. Caleb.
What is it?
This feeling I've never felt before. Is it happiness?
If you like this feeling, then yes, it's happiness.
After thinking for a moment, I gently pull him closer. He leans down. I see my lips curve into a smile in his eyes. I like this feeling. So, I'm happy right now. Caleb stares at me as if bewitched. It's like he's seeing something completely new. Did I say something wrong?
Not at all. It's because
He gently touches the corner of my mouth with his index finger.
this is the first time I've seen you smile.
Oh, that's really sweet. I also touch the corner of my mouth. It curved upward because I'm happy?
It's not just that. This also changed.
What? His fingers move from my cheek to the corner of my eye. Caleb, your eyes and mouth also changed. I touch the corners of his eyes and lips.
Yes. Now we can see our happiness reflected in each other's faces.
But I still don't know what makes you happy.
You.
Of course. Of course that was the answer. Why did I expect anything else? He softly says this single word. The evening breeze tousles his hair, and the distant stars are reflected in his gaze. Just as I've come to understand happiness, I also understand what it means to have someone who's always been there for me. Memories of Caleb flash through my mind. Walking in midair, paper crane, the wind blocked at the cave's entrance, silver glow fruits, campfires under the night sky. A familiar yet unsettling feeling sweeps over me, and my consciousness begins to blur. It's just like those moments before my memories were erased. Oh man, it's almost like, so I don't know if there's actually imminent doom, like, about to happen, but there's a part of me that's like, you know when you've gone through a lot of trauma in your life and you have this moment where you actually get to experience peace and happiness, and somewhere in the middle of that, your body just goes on high alert because you can't guarantee for sure that this is safe. Whatever is happening right now is totally safe. That's such an interesting metaphor for it. But if it actually is imminent danger, then just forget everything that I said. I'm over analytical about these things.
Pipsqueak?
Oh, he does still call her Pipsqueak! I lower my head through this haze. The crystal embedded in my powered exoskeleton gives off a faint, blood-red glow in the darkness. My mind spins into Chaos's embrace. Even breathing feels painful. As I collapse into the arm of the person beside me, a sharp sound charges toward us. Oh, okay, so it actually is somebody coming directly for us. A golden beam pierces the darkness and grazes my powered exoskeleton.
It's a surveillance drone. Get behind me.
Oh, great. Cool. So we actually can't have a moment of peace. What I was going to say is when they had that moment with the paper crane and walking in the air and like actually talking about what happiness is, I thought of two things. One related to the story and then one related to my personal experience with Caleb. Within the story, I find that to be such an interesting foil between this story and Beyond Cloudfall, which is Silas's dragon myth, in the sense that with this moment here, it's Caleb really teaching us what a range of emotions are and what happiness is while allowing us to experience it for ourselves. Whereas I feel like in Beyond Cloudfall, there were a bunch of moments where MC, like Sorceress MC, is teaching Silas about all of these different human customs and specifically around how humans express and feel love and affection. And I just thought that was an interesting way to compare and contrast these two stories. Not necessarily pitting two baddies against each other, because I don't do that, but more so seeing how similar themes play out with different dynamics. You know? And then the other thing that I was thinking about, more so related to my experience with Caleb, for me, I don't really pull a lot of Caleb cards because the thing that I personally value the most about the dynamic with Caleb is less so the development of a romantic and or physical relationship and more so the importance of emotional intimacy and platonic intimacy and how that can be just as important as a romantic or physical dynamic. And so in that moment with, you know, the paper crane and the clouds and everything that just happened in the moments right before this, that's what I was thinking of, is just how important it is to have those moments of just deep emotional intimacy with a person that you're in some kind of interpersonal relationship with. I'm not saying that you have to feel one way or another about Caleb. I'm just expressing my own experience with this character and that dynamic. If you have your own feelings about him, that is okay too, and I'd love to hear your thoughts as well. But for now, let me get back into this. Not the surveillance drone, dog. Countless pairs of golden eyes suddenly light up the night sky. They're like a pride of lions surrounding their prey. Oh great, cool, awesome. More golden beams are woven to create an intricate net. They're trying to trap Caleb and me. I try to summon my floating blade to counterattack, but my fading consciousness prevents me from using my evol. Oh no. Behind me, a golden beam strikes. As it pierces my chest, I lose my balance and fall. Now, are they attacking me so that now they have justification to bring me back to the lab and repair me and remove all of those memories that I just created? Because if so, it's gonna come to fisticuffs. Caleb catches me. Focused, he uses his evol to lift the passenger railroad car into the air. It serves as a makeshift shield. He carries me into the floating passenger railroad car while the lasers relentlessly attack its exterior. I can hear the muffled explosions. My senses are about to disappear. Even the pain in my chest feels like a distant, phantasmal sensation.
Listen, I know your mind is in disarray.
I'm fine. You need to go. I try to push him away, but he pulls me back into his arms using an even greater force. He leans down to my ear. His calm voice is steadfast.
You must remember what I'm about to tell you. Don't go back to the aircraft. It's most likely being monitored.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
Return to Linkshire and take shelter in an abandoned house.
I can't leave you. The passenger railroad car buckles inward under ruthless gunfire. The increasing number of strikes is a warning. It won't hold on for much longer. Caleb presses his hand against the back of my head. Our foreheads touch. There is no fear in his eyes, only a burning light belonging to someone who's ready to face death. Oh, this is our chapter 4, huh? Great! Awesome!
You won't be taken back there, and you won't die. This is our last escape, I promise.
In what way, though? Because that could mean one of two things. His other hand grasps mine, and the transfer ports in our palms connect. A flood of energy surges into me. It's not the cold, soothing kind I knew before. Caleb, it hurts. The energy burns like a raging wildfire. It consumes every fiber of my being as if to hollow me out.
Don't be afraid. This won't take long.
A shrill, ringing noise echoes in my mind as unfamiliar energy takes over my body. It drains whatever remains of my energy. I struggle to break free, but his arms hold me tightly.
Forgive me. This is the only way.
What are you doing? Girl, what the hell? I suddenly realize he's exchanging his energy with mine. No. Caleb, you can't bear it.
But I'm willing to do it.
I told you, this man understands that everything that makes MC better comes at his expense. I just wish he would think about it a little bit more. He pulls me closer. Our heated breaths mingle as our bodies seem to merge.
I will give you my fate, and your fate will become mine.
Oh, that was the line that he kept saying back when this myth first dropped and they had the event and everything. Every time you tapped into that events menu, that was the line that he kept saying. Now I understand the context. The energy courses through my very being to claim every part of me. Oh! That's what they said in his idol card. You remember? Yo. You remember in the idol card when they were in the dressing room and Caleb was talking about how he just wanted to claim every part of MC? Everything is connected! I feel like Pepe Sylvia with the bulletin board and the yarn on the wall! Oh my god! Why would they do this? But also, I get it though, because I can see how that, the touching of the palms and the exchanging of energies and fates, I can see that as kind of like a physical manifestation of their relationship. So it is kind of a metaphor for that. Yes, no, maybe so. That's how I see it. In a matter of seconds, my body accepts this new presence as if welcoming back something it had lost. A dull ache throbs in my heart as I desperately fight to stay conscious. Why? He responds with a small smile, and his warm lips brush against my eyelids.
Because I'm your friend. A close friend who's willing to do this. To die for you.
You sure about that, buddy? In this close moment, I see his farewell in that smile. It feels like our final goodbye. My lips move, but the word I want to say won't come out. Caleb. As my world slips into darkness, I see Caleb turn and walk out of the passenger railroad car. He levitates in the air as massive black swords materialize behind him. Yo, not my swords, though. It better not be my swords. I'll throw hands. The floating blades forged from my energy now serve as his weapon. Oh, I get it now. He took my ability to destroy, and I took his ability to create? Am I remembering this right? A massive swarm of drones surges toward him to attack the newly reborn combat android. He raises both hands. Gravity is warped, and the black hole that manifests shreds the machines into pieces. Caleb turns his head to take one last look at the passenger railroad car. Then he leaps into the sea of metal. That's where the chapter ends? Oh, girl. Why would you do that? We're halfway through. I want to know why we're halfway through the story and we have not gotten any of the kindled scenes yet. Hello? Who allowed that? Who let that happen? Hello? I wake up in the wreckage of the hover train's passenger railroad car. All the surveillance drones have vanished into the night sky. They took Caleb with them. Yeah, this is literally like Ever taking Caleb after the explosion and him sacrificing himself for MC. The sky floats between night and day as another summer sunrise looms. The amusement park has returned to being ruins. I'm alone once more. The space around me feels like a laboratory, boundless, yet still a prison. Caleb's energy is warm and calm like lake water under the summer sun. It carries the essence of life and hope itself. He took on all the pain and darkness, so I'd only be left with this pure hope. If I were to ask him why, he'd probably smile and give me that answer. It's because I'm your friend. My heart feels the pull of a familiar force. I know Caleb is alive. He's just outside my reach. Instead of hiding in an abandoned house like he told me, I search the ruins of the amusement park without rest. The pull my heart feels grows weaker. I don't know what's happening to Caleb. What if the connection breaks before I find him? I force myself to move faster. I need to cover more ground. Caleb, wherever you are, please hear me. Sense me, wait for me. I will find you. I'll wake you up and make you hear me say your name again. Oh God. Back where we started. This is Lingshire District, right? I lost count of how many days and nights I traveled. I don't know how far I've gone. The ruins of a city rise in the distance. It looks like the outskirts of Lingshire. Light fades from the weathered buildings as another night approaches. A feeling swells in my heart. Caleb is nearby. Climbing over the rubble of a building, I see the setting sun casting light on the lonely wreckage of an aircraft. My heart races as an invisible force pulls me. The person I've been trying to find is close. I move to the other side of the abandoned aircraft. He is here! Caleb leans against it. His eyes are closed, and the cockpit's cables are connected to his back. The aircraft's energy isn't enough to repair his system. The scene mirrors the moment he found me in the laboratory. It's as if our fates had been switched. I see what you did there. Keeping my emotions in check, I approach him one step at a time. Oh, this is a kindled, isn't it? This is the other kindled. Oh no. Oh no. His breathing is steady. Let's see if he reacts. Oh, you can see all the lines on his face now. I don't know if you'll be able to see them in any kindled. Kind of like Silas's fangs in his third myth. Like, you couldn't see them in the card itself. You could see them in the kindled, but you couldn't see them in the other parts where you see, like, his full model. I still think we were deprived of that. Give that back. Give it back, Infold. We want Silas with fangs, and we want it now. I think I can press it. Do I have to press this? I sure hope that was the right order.
Target acquired.
Oh no.
A01. Activating elimination protocol.
My bad, big dog. I thought we were friends. Is something controlling him? Back away. That's okay. Nope, don't worry about it. No, you can let me go. I was never here.
Error detected.
You are the... Okay.
Execute A01.
No, that's okay.
Execute.
Caleb, please.
No. Command. Rejected.
You're better than this. Cookie, you're better than this. Get it together. Get up. Have you returned to me?
Are you hurt?
You can tell they put a lot of effort into the kindled scene for this, cause I'm like barely paying attention to the story and the dialogue. I'm just so laser focused on how good Caleb looks at this kindled. They really went all in with making sure that every square inch of him was rendered perfectly. Oh, he's still repairing, kind of. Bro's got USB... Bro's got USB ports on the back of his shoulder. Do you think I could charge my phone? Not that that's a good use of energy, but like, could you charge your phone or other devices with X02? Inquiring minds want to know. It's me, I'm inquiring minds. Oh. What are you doing?
Seeking me out. That's dangerous.
You didn't want to be woken up?
If it's you, no matter what, please wake me up.
Do you think he listens to Evanescence? He said, wake me up inside. I'm just saying, maybe bro listens to Evanescence. Maybe his theme song is Bring Me to Life. You don't know that. I, on the other hand, have elite ball knowledge. I support Caleb as we quietly head back to Lingshire in case the drones are still patrolling the city's outskirts. His system has sustained heavy damage. We need to quickly find a safe place for repairs. The black market merchant who sold us aircraft parts kindly lets us use her old house for now. Although it's worn from age, the room is tidy. A vintage floor-to-ceiling window takes up an entire wall, so this space is flooded with light. Caleb, utterly exhausted, collapses onto the bed. I love patting their little heads. That's one of my favorite gestures to do in this game. I gently touch his eyelids and feel a trace of warmth beneath my fingertips. Suddenly, his eyelashes flutter.
Don't worry. I'm fully conscious.
You sure? He takes my hand and turns it over. The various cuts and scrapes I collected from those days of looking for him in the ruins are revealed. His grip loosens as if he's afraid to cause even the slightest discomfort.
Were you uncomfortable these past few days?
I forgot that he does that. He emphasizes every syllable in uncomfortable. Instead of saying uncomfortable or comfortable, he says uncomfortable or comfortable. And it makes me upset because that's how my mom used to say it. And now all I hear is my mom. Without saying a word, I press my palm against his. He understands and tries to pull away.
My system is fine.
I pin his hand down to the mattress. I sit on the edge of the bed and look down at him.
Your hands...
Why are you giving me them puppy dog eyes? Go rest up and recover. Also, you tried to kill me. Can we talk about how he tried to kill me? I think we're missing the part where he tried to kill me. Not enough of us are talking about that. My pain receptors have been modified, but you're not like me. I force his palm to align perfectly with mine, and my powered exoskeleton shifts as our transfer ports connect. Energy flows into his body. His wounds seemingly burn as they heal. Oh, it's like cauterizing it, kind of.
Let go of...
I use more of my strength to stop him from moving. His face slightly pales from the pain. It's like how every time he tried to do it to me, I kept telling him that it hurts. This is how you repaired me before, because they exchanged fates. I'm just returning the favor.
Don't waste your energy on me.
The energy transfer suddenly stops. I stare at my palm, shocked beyond disbelief. Caleb's system isn't fully repaired, but my energy is already drained. Unease creeps into my mind. Our energy levels are mismatched? That's so interesting because this whole thing was about how they complement each other. You knew? He turns his head away to avoid my gaze.
I'll recover. I just need more time.
You jerk! Why would you do that? I grab his shoulders and make him face me. Our gazes meet. You lied to me.
Yes, I did.
It's not even the first time he's done that. Well, maybe this, timeline-wise, this is the first time he's done that. Because he does kind of do it again as the Colonel. Whoops.
How are you going to punish me? I'll accept whatever it is you plan to do.
Of course you do. That's just who you are. My fingers trail from his shoulders to his collarbone and move toward the center of his neck. Your punishment? Promise me that you'll never leave me again. Ever.
What if I break it?
Nobody saw that. Yo! Okay, I'm cool. Everything's fine, everything's cool. Everything's cool, everything's fine. My fingers stop just above the crystal on his throat. All it would take is one push to transform him into something else. I know your weakness. If you break it, I'll make you my prisoner. He hesitates before taking my hand. He sits up. That's such an interesting inversion too, because like, it's not necessarily that Caleb wants to make MC his prisoner, but more so that he wants to keep her everywhere he can see her in order to protect her. I'm thinking specifically about one of the ending scenes in Homecoming Wings when he's talking about like building that maze or building the garden, or how he'll basically do anything in his capacity to keep her enclosed in a space where he knows she'll be safe. It's not the same as imprisonment, but it is functionally imprisonment in a way. He hesitates before taking my hand. He sits up.
Where will you imprison me?
I will shackle you to a place only we know about.
Are you talking about that planet at the edges of deep space?
Oh, that they were talking to the little kid about. You told me the people there call their living quarters a home.
Yeah.
And you said going home is a normal occurrence there. That's all
Yes.
they wanted to be, is each other's home.
Normal, but important.
Can we have a home if I take you there?
Why do you want to go to that place with me?
Because you're my friend. Ha ha! How the turntables. The light from the window reaches his eyes and makes them shine like a nebula. Can I call you that?
Of course.
I move closer and wrap my arms around him. His presence surrounds me. For a moment, the cold metal of his powered exoskeleton feels seemingly warm. Caleb.
I'm here.
I rest my head against his shoulder. Now I understand what it means to have a friend. He wraps his arm around me. His embrace is ever so gentle, as if he's afraid his powered exoskeleton might hurt me.
What does a friend mean to you?
Like, I can see the value of these, but at the same time, I think my brain automatically is automatically wiring it to be like, oh, I don't know that I want, like, I like the idea of friendship, but I feel like both of these responses in some way lend themselves to codependency a little bit. So I don't know which, I mean, I personally would probably pick the second one. Because I am dramatic, and if I lost a friend, I would just simply... Anyway, there's someone I can't live without. He slightly leans back and leaves just enough space between us. Hesitation flickers in his eyes. Is that not true?
You'll be older one day.
And you won't be my friend anymore when that happens?
When you leave the lab, you can live your own life.
I caress his cheek. Why are you saying it like that, though? Why do you feel like you're not leaving the lab, though? Then let me be the only one in your life. He pauses before turning his head. His warm lips brush my fingertips, and his voice is as soft as a whisper.
That's not the answer I expected.
Well, it's the one you're getting. Deal with it.
But I like it.
Anyway. I sit up straight and extend my right pinky finger to Caleb. Back then, you taught me about promises.
So you remember.
All our memories are tied to the name Caleb. His eyes sparkle as he extends his pinky finger. Let's leave Belos and travel to a planet at the far edges of deep space.
Okay.
Our pinky fingers, both encased in armor, hooked together just like back then. It was summer at that time, and now it's currently summer. Now, I know what they were trying to get at, but there's a part of me that's like, yesterday was Tuesday too. Like that thing from Supernatural, like today is Tuesday. Yesterday was Tuesday too. That's all I could think of. It's just one ongoing summer. Like it never stopped being summer. This season has finally become an inseparable part of my life. Well, yes, it's in the name, if you really think about it. Oh my god, what do you mean we only have 3 sections left? Huh? Chapter 7 already? Experiment ID A01X02 TM07. Recorded by Othon17803. Objectives: install and activate quantum interference modules for A01 and X02 to ensure stable operation. Set the following trigger conditions. Initiate quantum interference when X02's and A01's energy fluctuations maintain synchronization for an extended period of time. From the Othon Research Bureau report number 8806. There's so much foreshadowing going on here. Storytelling across storytelling and storytelling within storytelling, which I, as a storyteller and an avid reader, really appreciate. For those on the run, a destination is like a beacon, a spiritual anchor guiding every step of the way. To reach our homeland at the edges of deep space, we still have much to prepare. Lingshire was once a bustling hub of aerospace innovation. Now it's nothing but ruins with abandoned equipment. We found a small spacecraft in an old warehouse on the outskirts. If it's modified and given enough fuel, it can fly again. We exchanged the aircraft we used to get here for the parts we needed with the black market merchant Helen. Oh, but that also means that they can't surveil us anymore. Because that was how they found us before, right? Caleb and I ventured into the city's desolate outskirts to hunt wanderers for their protocors. Oh, so they're here too. Those will serve as a source of energy for our spacecraft. Well, duh, of course they're here. Why else would A01 be sent out into the battlefield? Stupid. As the days passed, our dream of departure felt closer than ever before. After working very hard, we finally filled our pouch with protocors. It's currently midnight. But instead of heading back with our loot, Caleb and I are captivated by the scenery before us. A nameless lake sits on the far reaches of Lingshire's outskirts. The humid night air clings to our skin, and the calm lake mirrors the brilliant moonlight in the sky.
I saw this before in the lab's system logs. Philosians missed the moonlight of their homeland, so they built an artificial satellite to mimic it.
We sit by the lake. I touch the water, and the cool ripples curl around my fingers. They soothe the heat coming off from me.
When we finally see the moonlight in our homeland, we'll remember this night.
It's so far away.
Yes. Anything could happen. We might not even make it.
I place my hand deeper into the water and watch the ripples spread out. It doesn't matter so long as we're together. Caleb looks at me. Then he tilts his head toward the sky.
No matter what happens, we'll always have the memory of tonight to hold close to our hearts.
He raises his hand, and a tiny spinning black hole forms. The small ripples on the lake's surface gradually turn into waves. They're drawn upward by an invisible force. The water hovers above the lake. It forms a massive, transparent sphere that sparkles with reflected moonlight.
On that planet, they have something called a crystal ball. They're often given as gifts.
Are they also made out of water?
No. The ones there are smaller. Sometimes they have tiny items inside them to create scenes.
Sorry, he said that and all I could think of was Dawnbreaker's snow globe, dude. He stands and holds his hand out to me.
This one only belongs to us.
Even though it's not a crystal ball, but it's close enough. Having floated before, I've gotten used to the feeling of my feet leaving the ground. Caleb pulls me effortlessly into the sphere. The transparent water around us shimmers with iridescence under the silver moonlight.
Hold on tight.
He guides my hands to rest behind his waist and wraps one arm around my shoulders. Our crystalline bubble begins to float even higher. Caleb, is this another one of your magic tricks?
A magician relies on illusions. But I want to make all your wishes come true.
Prismatic lights dance around us, refracting and reflecting endlessly. They make me feel like I'm inside a giant crystal ball. Yet his eyes shine as pure and bright as tonight's moonlight. All my wishes will come true?
Yes, all of them.
I hold him even tighter. The wish I have right now has already been fulfilled. Aww. That's really sweet. The night is still, and all I can hear are our footsteps in the empty city.
Why are you staring at the ground? Are you exhausted?
Listen, our footsteps. They sound like they're going home. Oh, they're really trying to get in those emotions, huh?
You already think of it as your home, huh?
I watch our steps fall in and out of sync. I mean, us walking together is what feels like home. He slows his pace until we're walking side by side.
I'll remember the rhythm then. So from now on, we'll walk home like this, together.
I feel like he's playing another magic trick on me with his serious tone and how he says the word home. My heart is racing as if I'm engrossed in an enchanting performance.
Now you're the one who's slowing down. What's wrong?
He places his hands on my shoulders to steady me. Then he leans down and looks at my face.
Tired?
His compassionate gaze is so close. Not wanting him to notice my quickened heartbeat, I only nod.
We've been out for a while.
He suddenly stops, turns around, and crouches down in front of me.
Hop on. I'll carry you home.
Aww. I don't move, instead opting to stare at him.
It'll be faster this way. Don't you want to go home soon?
Not the little look he gave over the shoulder with his little smirk. What? That's such a nice touch. It's so unequivocally Caleb. Still feeling lightheaded, I climb onto his back. He lifts me with ease and walks forward.
If you're tired, close your eyes. You'll wake up at home.
Oh yeah? I lean my head against his shoulder and I let myself relax. Caleb.
What is it?
I like it when you say home.
Then I'll say it every day. Let's go home.
Aw, that really should not be putting a big old smile on my face the way it is. I no longer care if he notices my racing heart, because I can feel his heart too, as my chest is pressed against his back. Like mine, it's beating just as quickly. Our hearts are perfectly in sync. The rhythm is exciting and comforting. Good night, Caleb.
Good night.
Oh, cause they get to say each other's names and be like the one person who gets to say it for the other. Content, I close my eyes and fail to notice the faint, blood-red glow from the crystal embedded in his powered exoskeleton. That was such a blink and you miss it moment. There was just like the teeniest, littlest, bittlest flash of red on the screen, and if you blinked at the wrong time, you would have missed that entirely. But not me. I saw it. I saw it. That is, girl, I feel like that. It's giving Chekhov's gun. Because the mere mention of it means that something's going to happen to it or with it in the final little bits of the story. So keep your eyes peeled. But here's chapter 8. Experiment ID A01X02NJ04. Recorded by Othon 17804. Objectives. The interference control module via feedback signals will adjust the patterns of entangled particles to generate specific quantum states. These will target the neural networks of A01 and X02 to disrupt their consciousness. Monitor and document the destructive effects and quantum decoherence when the energy fluctuations of A01 and X02 converge. Oh, that's so fascinating to think about, because we literally just learned last chapter that their energies are mismatched. Oh God. There's so much storytelling going in so many different directions. That was from number 8932. Shortly after exchanging energy with the girl and waking up, Caleb had an ominous premonition. The color change in his powered exoskeleton's crystal and the brief haze clouding his mind made him remember the ruins of the amusement park. The girl underwent the same process, the crystal discoloration and the mental fog. Those symptoms have been transferred to him. After their failed escape as children, the two had undergone many modifications. Maybe this was a failsafe, a mechanism the laboratory had implanted to prevent another attempt. But what was the trigger? When he carried the girl back to the old house on his back that night, he finally realized the answer. The trigger was each other. I thought it was going to be, their feelings for one another. Maybe that is actually it, but they're just wording it in this way. Everybody needs to listen to me more often, because I know how things work in stories. More specifically, it was their feelings. The closer they became and the more they interacted, the faster their consciousnesses degraded. They were programmed to be the other's poison. This naturally formed bond was destructive, a catalyst designed to make them forget and hurt each other. Despite this newfound knowledge, he savored the sweet poison. All he wanted was to stand by her side and board the spacecraft destined to reach the far edges of deep space before the mechanism overwhelmed him. That's what it is. Was that... Okay, here's the thing. I didn't pull the newest anniversary card, like the Star Wars one. I did not pull Caleb's. But I'm curious to know if they kind of explore a similar dynamic there. Because if I recall correctly, they're meant to be from enemy empires, despite, coming from the same source. And I wonder if they explore that a lot in that particular card. If you do have it, let me know in the comments, because I'd love to learn more about it, even though, I didn't pull the card and I don't plan to read it. I still want to know for analytical purposes. I'm allowed to do that. I like literature. Okay, let's read the next part. The war between the government and the rebels had reached a precarious stalemate. The Central District has been reduced to rubble. The flames of conflict spread to every part of the planet. Lingshire was no exception. Outside the window, an ominous red glow lit up the night and was accompanied by faint, distant explosions.
It's me.
That door knock actually scared me a little bit in real life. Helen rushes in with her grandson Kolo. Both are disheveled from their journey, and her usually calm demeanor can't mask her fear.
The rebels are already at the city outskirts. It's sooner than I expected. We'll be boarding a large evacuation ship. You two should come with us. It's safer if we stick together.
I don't know if I'm allowed to do that. They're kind of coming after us, no? If they find us, everyone on board will die. Caleb and I exchange a glance. We know that we are thinking the same thing.
Thank you, but our fuel is ready. We'll be leaving soon.
But your ship is a private spacecraft. It has never traveled that far. What if...
Do you really have to go? Where are you going?
Oh, you know, the other side of the universe. Caleb pats the boy's head.
We're going to a place where the seasons change. We'll see life grow, a summer sunrise, and Rio moonlight.
Does this world have such a place?
Oh. Caleb shows a slight smile as he glances at the boy. He turns to look at me.
If this world doesn't have it, then we'll find one that does.
Helen sighs and hands a metal box to Caleb.
Take this. It's the best warp drive I could get.
Hello?
And this is the communication key for our ship. Just in case. So long as you're within range, we can send a rescue shuttle.
That's really considerate. After Helen nods, Kolo places a small communicator in my hand. Thank you.
You need to go to that world you're looking for.
Take care, children.
That's very sweet that she still called us her children. Or children, you know, as a term of endearment. We watch the massive spacecraft disappear into the sky. The flames of strife enter the heart of the city. Scared and dilapidated, Lingshire marches towards its funeral. Outside the floor-to-ceiling window, buildings stand against the blinding flames. Thick smoke fills the air, yet the city remains strangely silent. We have to leave immediately. Caleb goes to the warehouse to replace the spacecraft's engine. I stay behind to gather emergency supplies. We'll meet up after I'm done. Well, that can't end well. I rush to the warehouse with everything I can carry, yet I see Caleb standing outside the spacecraft with his back to me. I have nutrient nuggets, supplement concentrates, and...
X-02. Command confirmed.
Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't. They done triggered him again. He's gonna kill me. The crystal embedded in him emits a faint blood-red glow. I realized this happened to me when we were in the ruins of the amusement park. Caleb? I don't like this! I take a step and grab his arm, but when he turns around, his face is expressionless. It befits something that could be called the ultimate perfect weapon, which is what I was supposed to be. I was the ultimate perfect weapon of the government, but then we swapped. We did that little swapperoo, switcheroo, and now it's him! Oh, no. Oh, no. But then that kind of intrigues me because I almost wonder, would he not want me to be that weapon because eventually I could turn on him and he would rather die than have that happen to me? Or is he doing it just because he wanted me to have my freedom? This could go in a bunch of different ways.
Carrying out orders. No, I'm not X-02. I'm Caleb.
Remember who you are. Where's Mufasa? Get Mufasa from the Lion King in here. Caleb, remember who you are. His unfocused eyes slowly regain clarity. The red glow from his powered exoskeleton fades. Oh no, he had a little moment there, huh? His body sways and I quickly steady him. Are your memories being erased? Is it because we exchanged energy?
Let's get out of here first. Once we're safe, I'll explain everything to you.
Oh, great. So cool. Awesome. I really thought the chapter was about to end there. If it did, y'all would have seen me on the news. Outside the spacecraft's viewport, Lingshir, consumed by warfare, shrinks into a speck of light in the distance. As the spacecraft descends, the entire planet seemingly spirals into an inferno. I pilot the ship, but my heart races as if it's feeling someone else's pain.
We have interference modules inside of us.
That's what they were talking about in those records.
When triggered,
at the beginning of
the
each
one
chapter.
With the destructive energy will experience a degradation of their consciousness.
That's why they swapped.
Until they lose it completely. Then they must wait to be reactivated.
It's clear what those people feared. Weapons with a will of their own. Suppressing the bitterness in my chest, I force myself to stay calm. If we leave Philos, the module won't be activated. He lowers his gaze to avoid looking me in the eye. That's when the truth hits me. Am I the trigger?
Whenever our energy synchronizes, it activates the interference module.
My body trembles, but a soft smile appears on his face.
It's not your fault.
Well, no, it's the government.
They knew I couldn't
It's
stop
always the
myself
government.
from wanting to synchronize with you.
It's always the government. The countless experiments had dulled my anger and pain, yet they surge once more as they're reborn from my flesh. All of them deserve to die. But who are they? The researchers who modified us? The rulers who crave our power? The creators who gave us this energy? Or is it fate itself that's binding us in each other's shadows? Before me is this boundless universe, yet my hatred can only merge with its unfathomable darkness. This should have been my burden. If Caleb didn't exchange his energy with mine, he wouldn't need to suffer. I grasp Caleb's hand and try to connect to the port in his palm. Suddenly, something warm and sticky. Please don't be blood. I slowly turn over my hand. Dark red blood has mixed with a golden fluid in my palm. It flows down my wrist. Okay, but what's the golden
I'm
stuff?
sorry.
Unless it's his. Caleb's smile softens as he opens his wounded palm. His transfer port has been completely destroyed.
We won't be exchanging energy anymore.
Did you do that on purpose? You son of a bitch! Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Leave it to this man to be self-destructive as hell.
But at least, I got you onto this ship before I was taken away. I promised this would be our last escape. And I meant it.
I'll slap you. Wait, did I miss a line? I did. Oh no, I didn't. His grin sends waves of fear through me. I grab his arm. Caleb, don't you dare leave me. We promised to reach the far reaches of deep space together.
Warning. Internal energy fluctuations are intensifying.
Great, cool,
All
awesome.
integrity at risk. Immediate action required.
Love that for me.
The floating blades. I can't control them for much longer.
Even if you lose consciousness, it doesn't matter. I'll always be the one to wake you up.
Warning. Spacecraft is under heavy bombardment. Shield integrity at 70%. A massive fleet is approaching.
Oh, great!
Contact will occur
Awesome!
in approximately 25
Love that!
seconds. Please execute tactical evasive maneuvers.
This is perfect.
I hope you meant that sarcastically.
Your fate is now mine. This is the last thing I can do for you.
Why do you do this? I'm tired of this, Grandpa. Don't do this. I'm tired of you sacrificing yourself for me. Can't we just, like, a moment of togetherness would be nice. Like a permanent one, you know? One that doesn't involve self-sacrifice? Is that cool with you? God. He releases my hand, stands up, and leaves the cockpit. I try to follow him, but gravity pins me in place. A transparent door separates us. It's just like that barrier in the laboratory. I was thinking about that. But he won't be waiting for me on the other side this time. Caleb! No! Don't leave me. Caleb! Caleb stops in his tracks. He turns his head ever so slightly.
I'm sorry. I failed you as a friend. Our promise to reach the edges of deep space together. I broke it.
Yeah, you did, and you're the one who was around here saying everybody has to keep a promise. It doesn't matter how long it is. So rules for thee, but not for me? Okay. I can only see one of his eyes. Within it lies a gentle resolve that destroys my heart.
But the promise we had since we were born, I kept that one.
What's that one? Huh? Hello?
Our bodies, minds, and spirits are from the same source.
Yes.
Even if it all fades away, my soul will always resonate with yours. Because...
Do not say because I'm your friend. I'll throat punch you. His lips continue to move, but no sound comes out. This is Caleb's final goodbye. Girl, don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. Why does he always do this? I'm tired of him. I'm tired of him and his nonsense. Come on, let's finish this up. Caleb has a secret he never told anyone about. It was born the moment he became aware of her existence in the laboratory. He didn't know if it was related to their shared origin, her being the center of his world, or the fact that she was herself. Yet in the end, none of it mattered. Every reason began and ended with her. This secret was a seed buried in his heart, and over the years it grew into winding vines that formed an invisible net. It bound him and made him want to bind her just as tightly. At the beginning and end of those vines was a single thorn, one that grew inward. Their shared connection meant his soul was always destined to recognize her. His soul resonated with hers again and again because he loved her. The deafening echo of that love had traversed the sealed laboratory, the war-torn planet, and the inevitable end. Now, it would finally fade into silence. Great.
Independent combat unit detected. Multiple enemy vessels have been eliminated. The number of the fleet's pursuers has been significantly reduced.
Way to go, Caleb. But also, what the hell?
Warning. Combat unit's vital signs are fluctuating. Severe wounds are likely. Warning. Combat unit is in freefall. Immediate action required.
Alexa, play Free Falling. Sorry. Oh no. Listen, that's just unfortunately how I roll. In times of trauma, I must be funny. The AI system's voice reverberates throughout the spacecraft. With gravity restored in the cockpit, I open the transparent door. Outside the viewport, debris from destroyed ships flies through the void like meteors. And there he is, the one I can't bear to lose. He's falling to a final goodbye, Caleb, what makes you think my life could mean anything without you? Which is fascinating because that was the answer I chose when he asked about friendship. I said a friend was somebody I couldn't live without. Now I wonder if you picked the other option, if you get a different piece of dialogue here. I don't think you would. I think that would take an extensive amount of programming that they didn't really account for. But that is a really cool callback to the conversation that we had prior. I don't want to live in a world without you. Not even for a moment. There's a third option that isn't one person escaping or getting dragged back to the lab. And maybe that's the ending I want. I touch the silver seed I always carry, open the emergency hatch, and leap into the void. Controlling my powered exoskeleton, I drift through space. In the distance, ships explode in silence. Their remains streak across this emptiness. Oh God. The receiver built into my ear picks up a sound. The piercing screech almost makes me think it's an auditory hallucination. Isn't this Caleb's receiver? My intuition makes me look down. That figure in black is quickly falling. Oh, great. As I hear his faint breathing through the receiver, I push my powered exoskeleton's engine to its limit and fly toward him. Oh, here's the other kindled. Oh, great. Alexa, play Free Fallin'. If that was timed, he would have died. And it only would have been my fault. Grab his hand. Come on, man. Get with it. Call him. Caleb!
You. How?
I know you remember my face. We are so bad at holding hands. What the hell? Why would they do that?
Turn back.
I'm not gonna do that. Thank you. I have 3% left? Oh no. His visor! I like how it's giving me dialogue. His own power is consuming him. Oh, God! Oh, Lord. I'm trying to think of all the ways that this connects to how it plays out in the main story, too. You're welcome.
You should visit any place you want.
Not without you, dog. That's the whole point. Is it clicking? This is where I want to be.
This path will only lead to destruction.
The world being destroyed isn't as scary as being separated from you. They get it now. Finally.
We're from the same source.
Well, yes. In that case, face it. Wait. What did it say? It went too fast. In that case, facing destruction together will be our destiny. That's the secret third option that they were talking about.
Then it's a promise. In life and in death. We will never be apart.
That was what was in the report about their energies fusing and like all of the interference that needed to happen as a result of their fusion. It finally happened. Like, that was the moment. I think there were times when they were kind of tiptoeing around it before, but the moment that they both actually embrace it is the moment of their destruction, which is such an interesting parallel or I think contributor to their dynamic, and specifically Caleb's feelings around their dynamic, because he does have these developing feelings for MC that he constantly feels like he has to tiptoe around, because if he indulges in them, or if they indulge in them together, his sense is that they will most assuredly lead to some kind of destruction, and that would be bad, and that is absolutely the opposite of what he wants. And now he has empirical, physical, tangible evidence of why that would be a bad thing. Yup. Everything is connected. I feel like this is the most everything is connected myth that I have read so far. I see just the strongest parallels for the justification of the feelings around the dynamic. I mean, I do see them in the other myths as well. I think the first one that comes to mind is the Silas myths. I think they also contribute very well to the dynamic, but I think there's a marked difference between the myths and their justification for the main story, and I think the strongest correlation here. But again, that's just my opinion. I don't speak for everybody, you know? But I want to know your thoughts as well. That's why I invite you to leave them in the comment section, or any other love interests and how their myths correlate to the main story. Or maybe we'll get into it in another video. I do plan to read through the other myths and put them up here on YouTube, so. Let's get back into this, though. I feel like I woke up from a long, endless dream. In that dream, countless nebulae were set aflame in the fathomless depths of space. They collapsed, and a black hole formed at its center. There was an explosion. New stars were born. Then I heard a faint voice telling me a story about another world. In the chaos, it was the only thing I could understand. Is this a callback to the supernova explosion that Caleb and MC watched in Skyhaven? Was this the explosion that they saw? That would be crazy work. Yo, that would be nuts if that was actually the case. And that voice kept saying the same words. Go home. Let's go home. I think that line works well contained in this myth, and also as a callback to Homecoming Wings, though. Even if it isn't, it's still this is such a strong passage. Construo and Destructio are two forces that drive the evolution of civilization. These intertwined forces are interlocked in a perpetual cycle. Thelos' empire rose from the advent of technology, which granted immortality. Yet beneath its glory were the seeds of destruction that had long since been sown. Immortality meant the end of progress. Their decay began the moment it was achieved. Immortality could not sustain an immortal civilization. As destruction pushed this world toward its final moments, flames of hope were ignited elsewhere in the universe. It is a testament to the endless cycle of rebirth. From The Fall of Philosian Civilization, the final chapter. Is that the end of the myth? No way. Oh my god! That's just straight up where it ends? That's a wild place for it to end. That was insane. That ending. You know what though? I really am led to believe that explosion that we just saw in that Kindled is the same supernova explosion that Caleb and MC saw in Skyhaven. And the reason that I say that is because if you think of it from a scientific perspective, right? the starlight that we see is light that existed hundreds of thousands, if not millions, if not billions of years ago. And the stars that we see could very well be dead by the time they see them. It's just that the light took so long to get to us that we didn't even know it existed. And so the idea that that explosion could be the very same one that we saw, we wouldn't have seen it at the exact time that it happened. We would have seen it hundreds of thousands, if not millions, if not billions of years into the future. And so we're seeing the creation and the continuation of their dynamic at the very instant that it self-destructs, which is such a fascinating thing. And it really plays into that idea that we just read in that final passage about how everything really is cyclical. It's just the same dynamics happening over and over again. I think this was a fantastic storytelling experience, and I think that this gives us a lot of hype and a lot of high expectations for what to expect out of Caleb's third myth. There's so much in that myth that they might be able to play into with regards to this, with regards to, I think, the Far Space Kernel story, with regards to more of that main storyline that, you know, the Far Space myth does play into as well. And now I really want to go in and I want to analyze all of the other myths as well, because I've read God of the Tides, I've read the Beyond Cloudfall myth, I haven't read Master of Fate, but I have read Foreseer. I haven't read Lumiere, but I have read Lightseeker. But all of those I have not read for YouTube. And so some of them will be initial reactions. Some of them will be rereads that really give me the opportunity to analyze what's happening in the story and how it connects to other myths, how it connects to the main storyline, how it is a story that, you know, insists upon itself. And I'm so fascinated to see more of that. Let me know what you all thought of Decoherence, whether this is your first time reading along and reacting to it, or whether it's been a year since you read it last and you're kind of going down memory lane in preparation for his next myth. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And again, if you liked reading this with me and you want to see more cards read here on this channel, don't forget to like, leave a comment, subscribe, ring the bell so that you get notifications for when a new video goes up. Thank you so much for watching this video and reading the story with me. I am so looking forward to the stories that are to come. I am going to take a minute to take care of myself though, and I hope that you do the same. So if you need it, here are some reminders from me and Tepe, my little self-care sushi cat. Take a minute to check in with yourself really quickly. Make sure you have hydrated recently. If you need to take any meds, please take your meds. And make sure you've eaten something recently too. It's really important for you to take care of yourself because we care about you. Thank you for reading through Decoherence with me. Another fantastic Love and Deepspace card. I will see you in the next video. Bye! I'm going to eat my hijab thread by thread like a bowl of spaghetti. Could that be a statement of animus dissension? Huh? You wanna fight? Happy Pride, everybody.
Don't say that.